What is going on, everybody? It's Forza SLAPTrain. Welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Forza Horizon 3, back with yet another episode. Today, though, it's a little bit different, man. We're going back to the roots of the channel, and we're going to be doing a little bit of freestyle drifting while we talk about the condition of the G35. We got a big day coming up, man. I've been talking about it on my Instagram and such. Our first track day, thanks to Pinnacle Advanced Driving Academy. They sent me an email a while back and asked if I wanted to be a part of their program of, you know, enthusiasts that don't really have a lot of track experience but want to learn. And essentially this is what the course is going to be teaching, is, you know, the fundamentals of track racing. Obviously, you know, I have a little bit of experience, not a lot. I drove an M4 around Palm Springs when I was in there with the Michelin event. That was a lot of fun. I loved it. You know, I got the bug for track racing and such, but unfortunately, you know, the G just had so many issues before we really were able to do that. Obviously, rear subframe bushings was the biggest problem. If you guys were a fan of the channel way back in the day in our car vlogs and such, I was getting very bad wheel hop on the car. Now, we've diagnosed the rear subframe bushings were the culprit. I have yet to really find out. Obviously, they were bad, and if you guys have been following me on Insta through that, you will have seen the old to the new, and you know, I ended up going with a company named Sikky for the rear subframe bushings, S-I-K-K-Y, and seemed to be perfect so far. You know, it really did make a difference, and, you know, thanks to Ace for just killing the install on them. He had, you know, less than one working day to replace the entire rear subframe bushings, and he killed it. He did it. You know, we were able to have lunch, have some food, man. It wasn't a rush whatsoever. That's one of the biggest things, but he just did a great job, and obviously it was necessary for, you know, going to the track. Now, I know what you're thinking right now, Slap. How come you're not drifting first? Why don't you just go to the track and drift? You know, I figured I couldn't say no to this. It was a free opportunity to go and, you know, learn more before actually going and, you know, being by myself, and I figured this was a great learning experience for myself. I'm nowhere near you know, at that level where I feel confident enough going out to a track day by myself, right? So this is going to give me the fundamentals of what I need to know, and moving forward, hopefully make myself a better driver. And that's what I'm hoping to grasp out of this course. But it's a full day event, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Half of it is in-class work, and then half of it is actually on the track. We're going to get our own lap times in and such, you know, our own hot laps. It's going to be a great day. I'm really excited for it. I will leave their website down below and their social medias to check out, but I will be posting my video on Friday on the channel of my experience and such. Hopefully everything goes well with that, and it will be out Friday. Worst case, it'll be out by Saturday, but I'm just really looking forward to the first track day. I mean, we've been doing a lot of work on the G, man. There's been a lot of things that we needed to get done on the car. We did the short shifter, you know, the rear differential bushings. We did the Mishimoto rad and hoses install. All of those videos I'll link down below if you guys did miss them. But I've still yet to do the upper plenum spacer. That's another thing that I want to do after the track, and I didn't want to do everything at once. Obviously, you know, I wanted to be able to come back and, you know, try out the different mods that I do have after being at the track and kind of see the differences. So that's kind of been, you know, the hesitation and installing everything else at the exact same time, is I just didn't want to be no parts left, right? So I mean, it'll all be on there very soon. It's just a matter of time. I got front rear sway bars to go on as well too, and just a few other things. But I am really looking forward though to the first track day, being able to actually be on the track and not have to worry about, you know, traffic and such, and, you know, also cops for that matter, right? So I mean, that's why I don't usually do stupid shit on the road. For one, there's not very many places where I live that you can get away with that. You know, I see Adam LZ videos and such. They're out in the damn compound ripping it. No cops in sight. I mean, it doesn't work like that down here, man. I mean, maybe it does, and I just don't know the spots yet. But shit, man, I'm just excited to go to the track and see all the hard work pay off that we have been doing. And I just hope that the G holds up. I mean, the car's been pretty solid. 2003, we just made sure everything was good. And I mean, I've been doing everything that I can to just make sure that the car is properly prepped for when we go out. We had new motor oil go in, we had new differential fluid go in, and right now, as of this point, I do need a new rear differential bushing. That is 100% mandatory. The one that I have currently is ripped pretty bad, so that is definitely going to help the wheel hop continue. But like I said though, I've yet to really do a peel on the tires that I do have. I have my Falcon FK453s on there that are 275, man. They are beefy tires, 245s up front, so I'm hoping I'm going to have a lot of grip at the track, but it's going to be interesting to see how they do. I'm expecting to hopefully have barely any wheel hop left. Is this guy racing me? The BAC model wants to go. Okay. My bad, sorry. I'm not going that way, sir, sorry. But I will be doing a video for them of my experience at the trip, so make sure you guys do check for that, like I said. But just a huge thank you to the guys over at Pinnacle for making this possible. I just wanted to quickly read you guys what their, expectations are, their goals at the end of the day for myself completing the course, and that's to introduce car enthusiasts to the world of performance driving in a safe and fun environment, help drivers develop their passion and skills for performance driving and motorsports, and create a community and friendship that will last a lifetime, because it's just more enjoyable when you're having fun with people you know. And that's 100%, right? I mean, that's definitely true. Hopefully meet some new friends out there and, grab some link ups for next time. But just in general, man, I mean, I'm hitting the track first time, and, a lot of hours on Assetto. We're going to see how it compares, man. It definitely will be at the track. I mean, obviously, you can't compare driving on the street to Assetto. You can't. I mean, the only way that you can compare it is if you are at the track. With the experience that I had when I was in Palm Springs, it felt amazing. I loved it. I had a lot of control of that M4, and I'm really excited to see how the G is going to feel underneath aggressive driving. And the biggest thing, though, I was just kind of looking up online of, things that you should be doing while at the track, and one of the biggest things was about the wheel and hand placement. Now, obviously, you don't want them up here, you want them 9 and 3, but one of the biggest things that I learned, though, was that when you are turning, you want to make sure that you are leaning in to the corner to put yourself against the seat. So if you are turning left, you want to push the wheel up and dig your shoulder into the seat, just like this kind of thing. You can't see my damn shoulder, but just visualize it digging into the seat, because you're putting your weight on this hand right here and pulling up. You have a lot more control than if you are, say, pulling down instead. So you want to just try to just let this hand guide it and push up. Seems to me that it does definitely help with stability for sure. Same thing applies on the other side. You want to push into it and push up with the wheel. But let me know your thoughts down below. And as I said, we will be definitely doing updates on the G35 after the track day, when we're at the track as well too. And I'm hoping the G holds up for the day. I mean, I don't see a reason why she wouldn't. Car's been going strong for me as a daily for the last 2 years or so, and that's one of the biggest things that I wanted to turn the G into a track car, was because it has been so reliable for me on the street, right? So I mean, hopefully just everything goes smooth. That's what I want to see, and hopefully we'll be at the track sooner than later after we're done this course. And I mean, that's the next goal, right? I mean, to get sideways with it. I'm so excited to see how everything just kind of relates to what we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years or so. And I'm not saying Forza relation, because obviously this has no correspondence for, oh my god, get out the way, man. This has no correspondence to real world driving. It doesn't. But Assetto Corsa, project cars, games of that nature that are simulation style, I feel like those are definitely going to help. Obviously the G-forces are completely different, and you can't compare that by any means. These are video games. They are not real world simulations. But I feel that the movements, the fundamentals, the wheel placement, it's all there. Oversteer, understeer, correcting, handbrake, clutch, they all come in, and I feel that I have gone through the motions so many times that I'm just excited to put it down on the track and, see where I stand. But one of the biggest things, though, is with my pedal placement on the G, I've tried it before. It is very tough to heel toe on that car. So we're going to see how that's going to work in terms of braking and such. But, I mean, we'll figure it out, right? I mean, I'm not too worried about that. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the G becoming a damn track car, man? I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a big girl, and I completely get that. A lot of you guys are saying slap. I mean, the G's a heavy bitch, right? I mean, I know this, man. I mean, obviously, I had to make that decision at the time. Am I going to go ahead and gut it, or am I going to work with what I got? And, I mean, that's where the decision came in, was to whether or not if I wanted to actually gut the G35 or not for this year. And I decided not to, mainly because I wanted it to still be a daily driver in that sense, right? I wanted it to be a car that I can take to the track. And I know a lot of people, oh my god, I know a lot of people are against that, but I'm not trying to beat the shit out of it at this upcoming event. I'm not. So, I mean, maybe later when we start drifting it, we'll see. But the plan is just to keep it a car that I can drive to and from the track, have some fun on the weekends, and that's the overall goal with the G35. And what the hell are you doing, man? Get off my ass. This shit ain't even online. AIs just don't give a shit. We out here skid racing pretty much. You see that? That was crazy. The biggest thing though, I'm excited to hear the car at the track just open up, man. I mean, obviously I could do it a little bit on the street, but high flow cats, no muffler. She's going to be loud, man. Hopefully not obnoxious there, but it does sound good, man. I'm personally a big fan of the sound of it coming out. And really just go out there, have fun, take some lines, hopefully hit some apexes better than I do in Forza, right? I mean, that's all I'm saying. But it's going to be a big day, man. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully, guys, do come back and check out the video that I will be posting later in the week about the experience. Make sure you guys do follow me on social network, you know, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all of which are found down below. And you guys can follow the journey on Peter 2003 G35. And hopefully, in the next couple months, man, we're going to be throwing the G sideways and seeing how we do. I want to be ordering some new rims very soon, so that's another big thing. That's a beautiful view, though. Holy shit. But all in due time, though, right? I mean, we gotta do one thing after another and just keep looking ahead and see what we can get done in this short time span, man. I mean, days are flying by for me, man. It's absolutely crazy. Now, this post is right off of PinnacleDriving.com. I wanted to read this to you before we head out for today, but this is the introduction to performance driving. This is the exact course that I'm going to be doing, and it says, have you always wanted to test your driving ability and vehicle on the racetrack but didn't know where to start or were too intimidated? Our introduction to performance driving course provides a safe and fun way to explore the limits of both your driving skills and vehicle while properly introducing you to the world of performance driving and motorsports. Our course will teach you the essentials on how to safely lap your car on the racetrack and auto slalom course, and both classroom and in-car instruction. Huge, right? I mean, you don't want to go to the track thinking that you know more than you actually do. You end up oversteering or understeering into a corner and your day's over, right? I mean, your car's gone. You have a shit ton of work to do. So I'm just excited to just learn the basics one step at a time and not move too quickly in this sense, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing for me. I don't want to ruin everything that we've started by just one corner. And that's as easy as it can happen. And there's no restarts, man. There's no restarts on this shit, right? So, I mean, you got to take this serious here. Now, it says you'll receive 2 hours of classroom instruction focusing on the essential skills of seating position, vision, steering, and footwork. A lot of the stuff I know, right? You got to look into the corner, look into the apex, you know, look out of the corner, stuff like that, right? You want to look to where you're going. Seating and all that will come in, but, you know, just things that we need to know, you know, the essentials in a sense. Catered lunch, so that's pretty cool. Complimentary photos and videos of experience, 4 to 5 hours of on-track practical application and classroom introduction in your own vehicle. Ride along as a passenger for hot laps if you would like to. So we may be getting some ride-alongs as we're there. Minimum of 30 hours of one-on-one private in-car instruction. Once again, always helpful one-on-ones. Detailed instructor evaluation and development plan. Interesting. So we're going to be evaluated at the end of our session to see where we stand. So on-track exercises and fun challenge activities. That sounds interesting. I'm really excited for that. And also, last but not least, open lapping time to work on your skills. That's huge. Being able to hit the track and just drive. That's what I'm mainly excited for, is just to get out there and just fool around, you know, test it out, see how the car feels underneath corners, you know, high-speed corners and such like that too. So, I mean, just a lot of things that I've been building up to this week. I'm just really excited. Oh my God, I forgot I was doing 6th gear. Shit. I'm probably going to end it off for today right here. Just a nice cruise, man. I just wanted to kind of just relax, have a chat with you guys today, and just explain to you what is going on with the G35, because I've been seeing countless comments, you know, asking about it, what's going on with it, you know, are you going to be drifting and such. Hopefully that was all cleared up today. Hopefully it wasn't all over the place. Usually when I, you know, start talking about something, I'll get off in a tangent. So hopefully I didn't do that too much. But ladies and gentlemen, though, if you guys are still around, don't forget to slap that like button, though. I really do appreciate the support on the channel. And obviously, you know, this is the reason why we're here, man, is you guys. And I can never thank you guys enough for giving me these opportunities that I have been presented with on our journey of 1.5 million subscribers, man. 1.5 mil, that's absolutely crazy to think about. Thank you guys once again. It's been a pleasure. I'm excited, though, for this week, and I can't wait to bring you guys back footage of the trip and our track experience. I got GoPro's charging right now, man. It's going to be fun. I got a damn shoulder strap for it. I got suction mounts that came in. I'm ready. I'm excited. Thank you guys once again for watching. It's your boy, the SLAP Train. I'm out. Peace.
Double low speed, double low shit.